We like sports and we don't care who knows. From shooting hoops to the Super Bowl. Just two normal guys hanging out, having fun, right, guy number two?
Yeah, guy number one. Watching sports with girls is a pain. They don't know the rules, there's no time to explain.
Throw me the baseball.
Now toss me the pigskin.
Now feed me the rock.
Now give me the rock.
That is the low of lows of sportsmanship.
Yeah, I think Wet Willie's got out of style around, I don't know, maybe first grade?
Roughly.
To have that happen on an NBA basketball court? Really?
Delonte.
Children,
Delonte.
grow up.
Children, grow up.
Welcome to the Weekly Sports. This is Keelay, this is Bill K. After a week off, I was out of town tearing down walls in a shed, staying with some family, and you...
I flew today.
I flew today.
Oh, you flew?
No, I had the flu.
Had the flu. Not past tense of fly, current tense of being in bed.
Sick as a dog.
Got it.
Gonna vote.
Got it.
Sick as a dog now. Okay. Okay. Gonna
But I'm better now, so it's okay.
And we'll kick it off. The NFL draft. Oh, football. The first two picks are pretty much all but lucked.
Locked up, don't let them out.
Don't luck it up, Indianapolis Colts. They've pretty much already signed Andrew Luck for
it's not official,
the
but
first overall pick is going. So, you know, they're planning for Peyton Manning Jr. for they'll groom him and be the next decade and get him in the playoffs every year, and it's going to be those 12-win, 11-win, 13-win seasons. They're trying to stack some talent around them, so we'll see how they do. And the number 2 pick, you have a bunch of people in the D.C. area already wearing a bunch of Griffin the Third jerseys. So
hopefully he actually stays with the number 10.
Yeah. So the Redskins are all but locked up to pick Robert Griffin the Third. And then you have third pick and beyond, toss-up.
It's a crapshoot. He's got to stop doing the dice. That's all he's got.
I think he's doing the dice thing too much. That's really all he's got.
It's a big crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get. So I say Vikings go Khalil. They need that offensive line to help protect their hand-picked quarterback of the future, Christian Ponder.
A little bit of a reach.
Yeah, good stretch there for you, though. That's important, especially up in the NFC North with, what do you got? Oh, I don't know, Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh. Yeah, they'll become more the middle. But if you get that side figured out, Ponder won't have to worry about his backside. And then the Browns, I keep hearing Tannehill.
You don't want Tannehill.
3 months, last 3 months, he's moved up from the second round to number 4. Kyle, how many games in college football have been played in the last 3 months, please? Yeah, okay, how did he move up? I mean, really, come on,
Wide receiver turned quarterback. This ain't even like a 4-year starter that you could even know. It just, that's a gamble. And I can understand last year because there were some stretches at quarterback, but you didn't know who was going to be available. You had the whole lockout thing, and it was who's going to be available and the free agent. I don't know who we can pick up, who's restricted, if we can even get in someone. So that's when you saw a lot of reaches, as much as I like Locker, Ponder. You know, you had to get your quarterback while you could. This year, no lockout, and then Tannehill's being this top 5, top 10 pick. It's kind of tough because you have Luck and Griffin, and then after that, who's the guy?
And you don't play the game in shorts and a t-shirt. Just because he's dominating these workouts doesn't mean that he's gonna be the guy. So I have a big problem with that. I'm wanting, as a fan, the Browns to go Trent Richardson, get that do everything back. And you know what? If you give him some protection and a weapon or two, Colt McCoy probably isn't that bad. I mean, okay, he's not going to shock the world. He may not even be a Matt Hasselbeck type. But he might be, like, right around in that area to where, okay, he's reliable enough, and if nothing else, will get you through this year to when you can get an actual good quarterback next year, not Tannehill. Come on. Come on!
To take some pressure off of Colt McCoy would be kind of nice. I have a feeling he can do some good things, but if you ask him to do everything, that's when he looks sort of terrible. But if he has a running back to block, I mean, you know, Joe Thomas is blocking for him. They locked him up for the next 2 lifetimes. He's going to have some help on that line, but if all you're asking Colt McCoy to do is a pass, and more pass, you already have Cribbs doing it all, don't have Colt McCoy doing it all, he just can't.
Ridiculous. So, that's what we're dealing with.
The Mickey Loomis, and now danger looming. over the Saints, as if the bounty wasn't enough. Now you have him rewiring the audio so that he can listen in on what opposing coaches were saying during the games. And the only time that this wasn't set up, the Saints got 3 wins in that year. Yep. Can't say that that's a correlation, but oh boy, as if the Saints aren't in enough caliente agua right now. You add this to it. Oh boy, Nolans.
Fire Loomis. It's just too much distraction right now. I'm close to saying get rid of Peyton too. I have no idea if he had anything to do with this though. Just just separate yourself from all this garbage. It's been a horrible offseason. You don't even have Drew Brees signed yet. Just get rid of Loomis, former Seahawk, by the way.
Boy.
So it's like something gonna be tied too. Just get him out and move on. Is he that important? Did he build that much that you can't replace with somebody else? Who's actually not a dirty, slimy.
Clean casa here. Just get rid of all the hands that are tainted with either, the bounty, the audio thing. Just get rid of it all. Take whatever punishments. Yes, Mr. Goodell. Sure thing, Mr. Goodell. No problem, Mr. Goodell. And just take it up the butt from the commish until things are right. Because it's going to be a little while.
Trim the fat.
What do you mean trim the fat?
I mean fire the fat people.
Oh, got it.
What do you mean by trim the fat?
I want you to fire the fat people.
Okay, and the NBA playoffs are about to be underway. We still have some jockeying for position in the West. The East is, you kind of know what you're getting with Baskin, and it's going to be a beat the Heat. It's going to be interesting, but the West, the biggest surprise probably San Antonio.
Loving it.
Wow, where are they coming from?
I don't know. I figured they're all ready for their AARP cards, but instead they're all showing that they still have a little bit of something left in those walkers with the tennis balls at the bottom. Manu's playing well. Parker's playing well. You got Duncan when he's not old is playing well. Number 1 seed. Now they were the number 1 seed last year. Didn't really help them out too much. The Lakers though, gotta give them a little bit of credit too. Played real well, triple overtime game against the team that shall not be mentioned. Did work without one of their defensive stoppers, and they're probably going to be without Mr. World Peace for a while. More on that later. I think it's going to be a very compelling playoffs. This thing coming up. Kind of rough if you don't have a team in the mix, or if your former team is in the mix, and you got to watch them because they're probably one of the more fun teams to watch.
Of course, for the next few years.
Good.
Yeah, I'm sure the Spurs they're going to be, that's going to be tough because the age is the factor, but I'm sure I love it when you call me Big Popovich. I'm sure he's going to have him ready. Get over that.
Out East, Bulls, 20-7 without Mr. Derrick Rose this year. Number 1 seed. Be interesting to see how they can play when he's actually there.
In the NHL playoffs, we're in the thick of it. We're in the middle of it. Hard hitting, to say the least.
Pull up your dukes.
The Detroit Red Wings, they are bounced.
Yes.
And they still continue their 21 years in a row of making the playoffs.
Think about that for a second.
Bank on
there
that.
are people who were born and now can drink. Every year, Detroit has been in the playoffs. That is unbelievable. Wow.
That's having some success, to say.
What a hockey team.
Wow, what a musical.
The least. But you have some hard hitting in this. You have some fines and suspensions handed out. I just feel that some of it's a little slap on the wrist. They do need to come down, although Torres, holy free holies,
got what he deserved with that one. You can't leap into a guy. He kept his feet. That was pretty cool. You can't leap into a guy who not only is not just a guy, but one of the best players in your league, and expect to just skate away with no problems. And that's the thing that the NHL's got to watch is, yes, people tune in for the fights, but if you have a guy knocking out a star guy, that's not good for your league. You can't have, I don't know, sorry Nick Collison, I love you, but Nick Collison knocking Kobe Bryant out. That is not going to be good for the NBA.
Nope.
This is not good for hockey.
And speaking of not good, the Mariners, perfect game. Did you see that? Mariners got, oh wait, no. We were on the other end of the perfect game. Now it's happened 3 times. Perfect games have only in the Major League history has only happened 21 times. 3 of those have belonged to the Mariners on the wrong end. And here we go, Brendan Ryan. Last possible person. He's already taken care of 26 in a row. Here's the 27th. Here's the throw. Wild in the dirt pitch. Yeah. Oh, no, I checked. Didn't I check? Oh, ball's still alive. You got to throw it first. Okay, I'm going to jog a little bit. Now I'm going to come back and complain. I don't know. You really can't blame him. And it's especially sad when the pitcher's thinking back for, hey, so what was one of the danger parts in the game where it might not have happened? There was a couple hard-hit balls. I think Ackley had one in the 4th. He really had to go back to when it was even barely a threat. That I don't know how many ball 4s that we're swinging at, but it was just one of those games where it's just, that's a reflection.
They went to a 3-ball count for the first time in the 9th. Well, excuse me, Mr. Perfect. I know you can never make a mistake.
Pardon me, Mr. Perfect. I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake.
Question for you, though. You're a Mariner fan.
Kind of.
Would you be rooting for Umber to get it done in the 9th inning? Would you be sitting like, come on, perfect game? I was sitting there thinking, come on, Ryan, base hit.
Yeah. I was wanting something. I'd like the little asterisk for if they were to Drew a walk in the 27th. Because, I mean, that'd just be kind of nice. Last possible batter holds up. Because I get the whole you want to protect the plate. But just think if you're able to Drew a walk. How
take your perfect game.
You know, how fun would that be to go... Gotcha.
Yeah. I just licked my arm and I'm going to first.
But no, of course it had to happen like that. That's the Mariners. And so their week that they had, they went 4-8.
Week is right.
And they lost 4 in a row. I don't know which much analysis we need for the Mariners. That's just classic Seattle ball.
We don't. Felix had 8 strong innings left with a 1-0 lead. We lost that. I mean, you know, that's all you need.
Get them fitted for pinstripes now because they can support. You see that come from high? They're down like 9 runs and then just exploded, and then the Yankees ended up. Don't look for that to happen in Seattle soon. And the Hawks draft needs. What do they have going on? There's no one really that stands out to me that says, oh, man, if we could only trade up and get this guy, or maybe this is our one guy that completes this, because we have a really strong defense. Yeah. We've taken the quarterback situation, luckily, with Matt
So you almost hit all of them.
So we've taken care of the most pressing need. I don't think we need to trade. If anything, maybe trade down and get some more picks. But if we were to stick at number 12, that Boston College linebacker is looking pretty good.
Hawks really like Tannehill too.
The World Wide Web is great.
I
want DeCastro. If DeCastro's not there, trade down. I want Schneider to have more picks.
I'm down with that. Yeah. The Cavaliers 3-10, Bucks 3-4. Let's just say this: we're both out of the playoffs. So I thought we're done with basketball talk.
No more Cavs and Bucks updates for y'all.
That's fine. Yeah. Mariners 3 in Detroit, 3 in Toronto, and 1 in Tampa Bay coming up. Give me 1 win or give me death. Sweep the Tigers. Yeah, I could just see them. Toronto, let's take 1. Lose to Tampa Bay. There, they win 1.
I feel like they'll get 1 in each series. I'm getting enough behind them. I think they'll do that. Sorry, Danielle Lore, your brother's not going to sweep the Mariners. Boom.
Alrighty.
Danielle Lore.
Good. Victory for me. What
Josh
you got, William?
103 miles an hour.
Fastball? He can throw. Pitch it?
Not. He was driving that fast. Come on, man. I appreciate you thank the cops. You shouldn't have to be thanking the cops. Just drive safely to begin with. This is the kind of news my teams make off the field.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to golden flash all his way back to Kent State. Who knows what he was doing? I don't know. And of all the ironies of ironies, world peace. A great idea. Not so much on the basketball court. Literally someone named Meta World Peace. Listen to Ludacris apparently throwing bows. Now he's in the hospital. Fractured nose, broken elbow. Yeah, you can't be throwing bows, especially when you're one of the instigators in the Malice in the Palace in 2004. Don't learn your lesson. And then you throw a bow to James Harden, which now is going to affect somewhat of the playoff picture. Because if he's out some games, they need Harden.
Yeah, and Artest, I'm calling him Artest. He's going to be out for a while too. He's going to be suspended. And last I checked, there are things called cameras and replay and stuff at these games. Probably not a good idea to do that in front of them.
For Louis Sports Tour, Keelay, Bill K. We is out.